experience I put up.
Yeah.
It's very expensive to do. And there's a lot of water in there. Lots, like a couple bathtubs in there, a little tank in the back.
Yo, and these signs, they would have hydraulic presses in them that were mechanically, there's a program written for it so that it gives every single pistol no recoil. It does it so quickly that it just cocks it back, and it's in it's encased, and you have it in this shell that goes around both your things, and you have basically two pistols, and what you have is these goggles that you wrote a program with AI to fucking determine what is human, what race.
Do you know the movie, the first Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? You know the helmet that the Predator has and everything, and analyze a lot of stuff. You can get that in Toronto. There's like army surplus stores and stuff. You can get the exact same thing. It's basically a Russian like helmet and everything, and they just changed it to the alien lettering and stuff. You can get the exact same thing there for like $250. Whole like freaking helmet thing with the lights and the infrared and the see-through walls and the see the heat and detection and everything. Everything.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well basically it has that. Then it has an aimbot.
It's like Russian special forces.
So if there's a threat within that senses the thought of killing, or like the thought of like seeing a fucking another human, or even like sensing something's not right. So like shit like that. I mean, okay, and what is it? What were we just talking about?
Creative ways to kill people and not leave any evidence behind, or
so it has also a plasma shield that can absorb bullets. Like it's not powerful enough to stop a bullet, but inside it's powerful enough to have ferrofluid in it, which makes it magnetic, and it also can shift in different ways with more magnetic fluid and a magnet. So basically what you can do, because when you want to create a weapon for mass destruction, you want to have everything covered, right? The best. So this is what I'm saying.
can't find my list.
Oh yeah, the real fucking bad guy. Okay. Yeah, there's a CPU, a motherboard, and a program written.
I need that to blow over. I need to stop going on and bring the fan over. It goes there, so I'll close the air conditioner over here, but when you're sitting, you get all there. I'm dying. Continue.
Okay, so what you want is speed. So in this carbon fiber suit, you could add motherfucking speed boots, just like carbon fiber with hydraulic and electronic motherfucking power. That's like, and the ferrofluid.
And you can hit 50 nautical miles per hour spinning in circles. Yeah.
with a magnetic cover like this around it, let's say. And here's all the ferrofluid around it. Like this.
Yes, you know how I know? Because I did that. And when the cops caught me that day and I got away and they thought I was 16, right? I was using that cane that it was the antique suit too, and I was pushing off of it, I was going around it, and the guy actually blocked me on his radar gun and told me, and they had to do a football play with like certain cars to catch me, and they actually did right in the middle of Main Street in Gerard, and they were talking about it, and they were all impressed like how I was doing that, and like they actually had to do a real football play with like 6 cruisers, like 12 cops and everything, get me, and like and they were clocking me, they were saying at 50 miles per hour, you can do that. Well, I'm short. I don't know if you can push that speed, but you reach very good speeds, you know, when you're pushing off and running at the same time, and you can like turn in the direction that you're pushing out too, so you can like spin around and you know what I mean?
What is
like,
this?
You just use a cane when you're running.
Yeah.
You push on the ground.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, they go 50 nautical miles per hour. You know? 50 nautical miles per hour. That's like, you know, like, yeah. Yeah. That's why you need 6 cars to do a football play to catch me.
You have.
I was going fast like a car.
You dance like a leprechaun.
Yeah. Well, I was spinning around circles and going everywhere. They're like, oh, trying to catch me, Dad.
Yo, bro, with 2 canes, I would be able to
This is
actually way more serious than I actually want to believe. It was right. Avon and Clifford have control of the country's defense system, and they're building their own private militia. The governments are useless now. I know, more useless than they were before. But Mrs. Rackman, she needs the help of the world's best bank robbers to pull off one last job. If you want the work, head back to planning with your crew and we'll finish this thing. Or, just take your money and run.
That's right beside a car doing 16, no? And keep up with it.
My grandfather.
How's the cop going to catch you like that?
Yo, my grandfather in Poland is so good. He all invited us outside. We're like, okay. Go. He picks up a chicken, take it out of his cane, he whips out a sword out of his cane. He had a sword that he made, and he cuts off the head of the chicken, and then after it just runs around. So like King, he had a sword, katana, inside. That's fucking
My street monitor never should play. Homeless for many years here in Ottawa. She owned on York Street, you know York Street? It was called Dragon's Dream. It was an antique store and everything, and she had all these crazy crafty antiques, and she had their cars on her for years, and she had to. And the cane I got from her, there was a power and everything. Yeah, you can. She had stuff like that. It just goes up. Just goes up right up. And the cane's that big, and it just comes out of the cane. They caught the cane, the blade goes all the way straight down into it. And it just goes up. It's just like, there's so many of them. You can buy them at malls here in Ottawa for like $150. Those ones, all different kinds. It's like dragon handles and fucking skulls. They have all kinds. I've seen it here. There's lots of them. Yeah, they have all kinds of them here in Ottawa too. I was looking at them a few times. I was going to buy some. But then I opened them, but they were only like, the swords were only like this long, the plate. And I was like, nah, I don't want that. I said, do you have anything that's longer? You know, I didn't like, no, they can't keep them plate something like that.
There's a bottleneck at the Mint, so you'll have to unload some fake bills before you can print any more. Stop watching the commodity markets and sell. As good a time as any other.
They use them one in each hand. You know, like in the video here. You know what I'm talking about? Spins around.
just carries you in like an algorithm, like a structure, like around you. So just carry.
What is that? It's better than using the rolled up paper thing.
Yeah, so you can literally just pop to any point.
He was like, because we're on this thing. Someone was listening to our stories. We were entertaining them. So all that fancy shit, I'd have a good time riding around on a horse with a sword and fucking few knives and shit and just fucking hacking heads off with a sword. Maybe have a nice little crossbow, a little small one. You can shoot from your chest while you're riding. You're good to go. Especially in the winter time in the forest, and if you're in like an Edworld type scenario situation, no one's gonna get you. All you have to worry about is like packs of gloves in the winter. Horseback in the winter too, with a shotgun in the snow. That's always fun, seeing all the blood in the snow.
Yeah, cover all your areas.
When you're on a horse too, chasing people, that's fun, man.
Sound, speed, force.
Chasing rabbits through the forest in the winter on a shotgun. Hunting rabbits with a shotgun in the winter, that's intense, man. Fucking chasing the rabbits through the woods in the night or the day, like in the snow.
It's Paige Harris.
Fucking.
We worked together on that job, remember? With I basically ran the thing while he took credit.
My friend used to do that for rabbits. He's nuts. He's a fucking ninja. Blowing up rabbits all over the fucking place, chasing them down for fucking like half an hour at a time, fucking on a horse, and then bam, blood. Just, you know how fast rabbits run away. Like, rabbits were really fast, and chasing them through the woods and with a horse. That's an intense chase, you know, and getting them with a shotgun. I wouldn't do that, poor little rabbit. But my buddy was like, that was like his favorite pastime, you know. I would rather do that to humans, you know, than I would poor little bunny rabbit, you know. But still, you can imagine the intensity of that kind of chase, right? How hard it would be to do that. That's how good that guy was. It was like almost impossible to do. Like, and this guy like could chase like fucking rabbits on fucking horseback, fucking shotgun and catch them like in the winter. Fucking white rabbit in the winter, like to chase that fucking thing through the forest, man. No horse like to get it with a shotgun. Those things are fucking fast compared to a horse. and they're small, like so they can dart in and out. The horse has got to fucking maneuver around everything, you know. That's the skills, man, to do that shit. And if you do that shit, then you can kill anybody and anything on fucking horseback. This guy keeps saying Winchester. Alright. Okay, I have $4 million right now. Here, I'll invite the guy that's saying Winchester. See if he wants to help sell whatever I have here. I was listening to this, talking about the shotgun, he kept saying Winchester, Winchester. And even if you tell this guy for 9 months straight that you're recording him for 9 months straight, and he'd be like done for years, like for 9 months ago, and he just keeps doing it for 9 months, like how stupid is that? That he is like totally like that's like, you can't talk sense to the guy. Even the landlord gives him shit, calls him, fucking tells him to fuck off, and leave those guys alone. And when my wife's there, he just flips out and gets in trouble, but he still just keeps doing the same shit like, every time, you know. He admitted it. There was no argument. The guy's a fucking idiot. No matter how many times you tell him, he just keeps fucking up, doing the same thing. He's not taking his meds. He's fucking. And you can tell. I can tell. Yeah, he is fucking nuts. Honestly, it wasn't made up. That story about the meds there. So, especially when I go out there like quietly one day, nothing was going on. I go out to close my window at 5:30 so I can go to sleep. And he comes right out, he's fucking making all these weird faces and twitching everywhere. Saying, Steve, you couldn't even say anything. And I was like, what the fuck? You're fucking, what's wrong with you, pal? You're a fucking weirdo. And I just went and went to sleep and laughed. That was like fucking, that was the like funniest thing I've seen. That was like the first time he displayed like that he was fucking nuts, you know, and that like I was making him completely snap in a way that like he was like having a mental break, like he couldn't even control his own bodily functions. So I was like how's that guy gonna fight? You know what I mean? He was like fucking, he was instantly fucking retarded, fucking. People think they can psychologically torture me, but then like they end up like, you know, when Jay starts doing stuff back, I make that person schizo. I can make this guy hear my voice in his head, fucking tormenting him for the rest of my life if you want to be schizophrenic that way. I can instantly make that guy like have voices in his head, fucking with him forever, and it could be me forever. Then you'd really be fucking nuts. He'd be running around and smash his head up the wall, screaming, trying to get my voice out of his head and shit. Yeah. I did it to one guy that fucked with me in '99 when I was like downtown being all satanic on September 9th, 1999. He was like, that was like, pulled it loose, a big riot. I made that guy demon possessed forever. I was like, people were taking pictures. I was like blowing demons and turning around, smiling at his girlfriend and everything. Big fucking riot. It was awesome. And when I got out, his girlfriend found me one day walking downtown. She kept coming after me, kicking my shins. What did you do with my boyfriend? What did you do? He's all fucking schizo forever. Yeah, I was just sitting there like, I was just sitting there like, and I was just blowing them like little black balls on my hand. I was blowing them right there, just blowing right in his face. He's like, standing there for everybody. All these people were taking pictures. It was great. I was dressed up all crazy and like he had a cape on my back, and then I see him like all this shit because like some Irish guys gave me a cape from graduation, and they wanted me to do a mock wedding ceremony for them because I was down there with a big piano, playing the piano too and everything, pretend so that they could pretend that the guy that the girl was dating was married for their parents, so that they could live together and like, you know, and I did that for them, and then we went to all the fucking, they were all dressed up like Caesar, some of them, and they went to every Irish pub dressed, and they were all drinking Caesars at everyone, and then they gave me that, and I was like that, and I was like all like totally satanic, and I was doing all this like evil witchcraft stuff, and then they were all scared, and all these like hippies and stuff, and they came after me, little squeegee guy. Yeah, and I just sat there and like, and it started a huge riot. And I was like standing there like blowing, like literally like you should a little ball of energy in my hand. I was rocking up, you know, blowing him, and he's like standing there, everyone's like, he's all like blah, blah, blah. The rest of his life ever since that. All fucking retarded and fucking shit in his head, fucking talking to him, and fucking he's all nuts. His girlfriend was like kicking me in the leg, but she was smiling the whole time because she was like this evil little Satan girl, and she was like kicking my, what'd you do to my boyfriend? But she had a little smile because like, yeah, she was like, it was funny. She was chasing me, kicking my shins when I got out of jail. She recognized me, she comes out smiling, starts kicking my shins. The guy, I made him like instantly schizophrenic. Like beyond schizophrenic, not like paranoid schizophrenic, like little voices in his head, everything, all these little demons flying into like, I just totally fucked them up. You know, it's like my shit, it was like, I took it out of me, I was like, and I just blew it, just, now you're fucking crazy. Now you got like fucking all, now you got my shit inside. Now you're all fucking, now you're fucking, now just fuck. Very good at hiding how fucking insane I am for long periods of time because I'm like extremely talented. Those guys, they gotta be to me inside them for a few hours, they're fucking If I was in your head right now, tormenting you and making fun of you fucking 24 hours a day in your head and telling you to do shit and fucking bugging you, you'd fucking snap. Because I'd be there forever doing that. And you don't know how much funnier I can get and fucking just fuck with you. Because I can say to most fucked up shit you've ever heard in your life, and you just be like, whoa, what the fuck did you say? You don't want to get me going. Okay. That's what I didn't do. I didn't register, so I can't set my computer. No wonder I'm fucking so stoned right now. Hey, you took a bunch of my big giant line of Coke that you left for me. Alex. That's not nice, man. You chopped my line in half like 3 times, man. Like, what the hell, man? I was like so happy about that. I was gonna give that to Maddie. Like, she could have done like 5 or 6 lines and been all like. And I was gonna do a little bit of it and save the rest for Maddie because it was a big fat line there. Why'd you do that to me, man? That's not nice. Oh well. That's alright. Fuck Maddie, I'll just do this. I didn't want to do a lot. I just wanted a little bit. If I do what I was planning to do anyways and get a bunch of drugs like on Wednesday and shit like I was planning, I'll have lots for her anyway. So I don't need to say that she's not gonna be back for a while. She starts school tomorrow. She's not gonna be back spending the night for a while. We're only gonna be doing healthy things until she's done the semester, like hanging out, working out, studying together, going to eat, things like that. We're not gonna be getting high. Well, I am, but she won't. I'll go back to school freaking in October. We register then. Ooh. I just realized that I wasn't snorting fucking speed dials. What did I just snort? What was that? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the line of Coke you left me. Where'd it go? Oh, that's it. Oh, that's even way smaller now. Oh my god. Oh man, now I'm even more impressed. That's like half of what I just did that I thought was the Coke, but it wasn't. You're not being a good Care Bear, man. Sure. Sorry. It's my line. I wasn't saving that for later. And I was gonna like do a bunch of that. Hey, what the hell? See if that'll wake me up here. Yeah, actually it will. It should if it's good. Ooh. I like that better than the stuff my brother gave me that didn't have any space. That is good. I'm like, my voice just went all mellow and numb. I like that. That was pretty good. Ooh. It's like I have a ringer in my nose a little bit. That's not bad. Toronto, I never had Coke that good here before. I don't do it often. It's been years. Who are you talking to, son? This guy's talking in my ear and I'm getting all discombobulated. I don't know what I'm doing over here. You're trying to kill myself, and that's not what I want to do. No, I'm talking in the game. Yeah. There's somebody in my ear, in my right ear, talking to me in the game. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. He's like trying to trip me out and shit. It was distracting me, and I wasn't able to sit down at my desk and see how much money's in my fucking nightclub. Probably not too much yet. I sold it. Yeah, it's 421. That's not too bad. I got 4 million right now. Cool. And all my shit's ready to sell. So. All my MC shit too. That's not bad. So that would be up to $9 million. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's the wrong nostril. Oh, that was wrong. That was bad. I didn't want that nostril. Forgot that was the other side of the other drug in that nostril. No, I wanted the other stuff still. There we go. Neo in one nose and fucking speed in the other. Weird little combo. Two different drips going on each nostril. Should I sell this? Nah. I'll sell it later. Get up over this chair. Oh, you're sitting over there? I gotta fucking put this here because I'm not too warm. It's gotta go like this. It's gotta be on 3. That was only on 1. There. Now I'm all air conditioned over here. Watch this. That's so thin I can just, what's this torchlight? I can just burn the holes for that in like 2 seconds. The floor is no longer a floor underneath me in some spots. It's coming undone. It's not just moving now. Now it's like ready to collapse. Yeah. Do realize if they ever got me in to fall in any of their traps once I'm down there that I'm not human, and it'll be the last thing they ever did. I think there's like thousands and thousands of people that can attest to that in the city. For me, especially the whole Islam community here now. They all know. Everyone. I could just go in there to a restaurant and hang out for a couple of days, and they're already smiling at me, calling me a jinn. They know right away I'm a jinn. They know that I'm not human instantly. But I'm kind of like a good jinn, you know, because I'm a believer. I follow Allah. My service is offered to Allah. My life is my services for Allah. I haven't been doing such a great job of it lately, but I will be leaving and dedicating the rest of like my life in service to Allah. I'm going to fight soon. I'm so happy the Russians are defending Syria right now. Things are gonna start going really fucked up, and it's gonna be great wars out there. I'm going. It's not all over yet. They might have wiped out ISIS and shit, but there's gonna be some more fun wars. Seems Allah is still there. You can't even say that name, they go to jail, man. It's like they love me out there. They're like, how can you post this name? How can you post this picture and you're not in jail? It's not because I'm in Canada, man. And they're like, oh. They put me on the international terrorist watch list for my name, though. It's like, I got like 10,000 friend requests in a matter of 2 weeks. All from like Syria and Iraq and all these guys. And every one of them was talking to me, and they're still talking to me every day, asking me, you know, about my understanding of Islam and how I became Muslim, and then they realized I always was, and I started teaching them stuff and telling them answers, and they realized, and they all called me a man. I was like, after talking to me, they're like, whoa, they see everything different. And then one of them sent the picture, and then, yeah. The mountain guy there, and then the mountain man said I was Al-Makki. And then I looked it up and I was like, I didn't know what it was. And then I found videos of it and I was like, oh, okay. So that's who I am. This guy thinks he's just fucking with some little Muslim guy. He's fucking with an imam. of followers that are soldiers. That's in a mine's rug on my floor. That's something you walk into the little head shop when you go buy your, like, you know, your rice and shit for $10 or $20. That rug's handmade in Saudi Arabia and it's like $3,000. That's in a mine's rug. And the colors and everything. Same as the suit I have is handmade in Saudi Arabia. They didn't start me off in white. They started me off in blue and black. I was teaching them everything. Stuff they never imagined before. And they were like, whoa, listen to this guy. He knows more than the Quran. Oh, the sunny side, I had to cut my hair, all this other stuff. No, you don't. It's not a sin to grow your hair. I found that from the Shiite side, and I'm a Shiite Muslim now. You make me cut my hair and do all this stuff and be a slave, and I can't fight, but I can train the army. If I do all this and become a slave first, I was like, no, I'm not taking my hair. It's my intuition. You take my hair, you make me a slave. And I follow blindly your orders. No. That's why they shave soldiers' heads, man, so they follow orders. Question. And they have no intuition anymore. So they're sent to, they do what you say. They don't question it. They did a study during the Vietnam War with scientists, and they got natives and they shaved their heads bald, and that had been hunting and tracking and living in the woods for their whole life in the wilderness. As soon as they cut their hair, they couldn't hunt, track, or warn of enemy danger coming or anything. They were completely useless. As soon as they shaved their head bald, they lost all their skills. They couldn't shave his head bald. He would die. He wouldn't be able to catch an animal. He wouldn't be able to know. He wouldn't be able to hunt. He wouldn't be able to track. He wouldn't be able to do anything. Everything. And they proved that. And then they proved it by not cutting some of the other ones' hairs off, and they were still able to maintain their abilities and warn of enemy danger coming, hunt and track, and do everything else. But as soon as they cut their hair like the rest of the soldiers, they became useless. They couldn't do it. They were ineffective. You lose all your intuition and everything, and your psychic energy, all of it, gone. Takes the whole aura away from your brain and your thoughts and everything, your spirits, and all the energy that comes through your hair when it's long. The longer your hair is, you know, for those guys, you know, the more powerful you are. So, like, you can be a general, you don't cut your hair down to your shoulder lengths, you know, warrior, you know. No. Be a good slave first, and then we'll give you a crown. And sit safely in a place and send people to their death, but don't, like, lead them into the battle. No, you can't fight. You know, like, fuck that. Almost give you everything you want, but you have to be a slave. And then they made up things that weren't true. Like, you know, it's not a sin to shave your beard. It's not a sin to grow your hair long or short. You can have your hair however you want. It's your free will. You have free will. It doesn't matter to Allah if you want your hair long or if you want your hair short, or if you want your beard or if you don't want your beard. It's not gonna bother him either way. That's what they told me there. I thought I was going to a Sunday mosque again, but by the time I came out of there an hour later, I was a Shia mosque, and I found out that, you know, they told me some secrets, and they told me what was going on, and it was his 9-year-old wife that poisoned him, and then they murdered his sister after, and then they took over his leadership, and then they made it up another religion. And you don't have to go to the mosque 5 times a day and come back every 2 hours to pray. You can go and pray 3 times, and you can do it all in a row, and be done in 15 minutes and go home. You know, and certain things they made up. They changed it all and weren't following the way Muhammad did it. They were changing it all. They took over his leadership, and they were doing the way his brother did, who had him murdered by his wife. You don't see that in the Quran. But here I was thinking all the time that those guys were the evil ones, and I was so happy to be like a Sunday Muslim, and then I was like, no, now I know. They told me everything. Because I went in there, I was like, anybody's side, I'm just going to come pray with you guys if that's okay, and they accepted that, and then, but by the time I left, I converted. Because it was the original thing. It was, they explained it all to me how those guys made their own religion up afterwards, after Muhammad was killed, and didn't pray the way he did or anything. They did it the way that the other guy did. That took over his leadership after they murdered him and his sister, Fatima. I was happy to learn all that. See, now I'm on the side that's not going to say, no, be all nice hippie, don't hurt no one, no, don't go fight, no, like, no. Now I'm on the side that if like 24 hours later I want to be like in another country with a gun fucking blowing shit up, and I can be, just like that. I'm on the right side now. So that's the side I was originally going to join like 2 years ago, so I could just go. But then I joined these guys, and then, you know, they were all like nicey, but they were all crafty and testy and, you know, pretend to like you to your face, but connive behind your back type thing. But they were fun, man. Their humor is really funny. They're great. I love those guys. Still. They're hilarious. Especially when they're testing you and things like that. Their sense of humor is great. Even if they're all about to take you in and chop you up on their little cutting board in the kitchen where the cameras aren't, they're awesome. They're all funny. They have the greatest sense of humor as ever. It's like you're in a sitcom when you're a whole new world and dimension once you start hanging out with those guys. Hey, so you go in and ask for supplication, where supplication is yours. If you're like, you know, behaving appropriately. You know, you just there and say some Lord's Prayer that does nothing and God's invisible. No, you pray to Allah, like 5 seconds later, Allah answers you. You can see, feel, hear His presence, everything, angels, everything. You don't feel no presence of that in any churches. You walk into a mosque, you feel the presence of God instantly. And you're like, whoa. As soon as you sit down and like look around, like meditate and relax and stuff, you feel the presence of God. It's there everywhere, all around you. You don't just pretend and like Christians do and shit. The invisible person who never answers them. You pray with supplication to Allah, He gives you everything you ever ask for. So you always have to be careful what you pray. You're praying to the proper, right God. Because you always get it. Whether it's good for you or not, and He teaches you lessons that way. Sometimes what you want isn't really what you want. And you're like, He gives it to you and then you're like, whoa, I didn't want that. And you're like, what the fuck? Allah has a sense of humor, you know. He's great. Shows you the errors of your ways instantly. Not like no fake gods where you have people telling you what to do and judge you, and they're all hypocrites. These guys are great. They follow every commandment of God to the letter, and all the prophets, and they're the only people that do. Everyone else has changed it around for their own convenience and for money and greed, and just bastardized it all. Made up their own shit. Lies. And the Quran is perfect. Christians teaching that angels can fall. An angel can't fall. An angel can't disobey God. It's impossible. They're created for the purpose of obeying God and fulfilling His will only. They can't disobey God ever. They are incapable of free will to disobey God. There's no such thing as Lucifer. It's a fairy tale to make everybody vain and selfish, and to think that the most evil of them is the most selfish, self-centered fucking asshole of them all. And if they're the prettiest, hey, they're evil. They're Satan. Ah. And then they get old and realize, oh shit, I'm nothing. Because they were taught that the prettier and the more selfish you are and self-centered you are, the more satanic you are. So they bred the whole world into self-centered fucking people. Because everyone that revolts against God thinks the way to do that is to be selfish and everything else, and they're rebelling. That makes them evil. They condition society like that with their false religion in their lives for thousands of years, so the whole world is like this now. And it's easy for them to keep them like that. So they'll all stay slaves, and no one ever get together and everything. They're all self-centered, will stab each other in the back for a cigarette, for a blowjob, for anything. There's no loyalty, no honor among any people on this fucking planet except for the Muslims. And few and far between other people, but 98% of the rest of the world will betray you in a heartbeat for anything. Yeah. That's why if you help people in a society, and they're not good people, instead of appreciating the help that you've given them, they become spiteful and hateful towards you, and they become jealous of you, and then they try to stab you in the back. Instead of appreciating that and then, paying it forward and helping others. Because then they get jealous that this person's nicer or better than them, and they want to appear nicer or better than that person, and they try to make that person look bad, and then they backbite them and do everything else to someone who helped them. Things like that. That's how all of society, especially like Western civilization. All Canadian women are whores and prostitutes. For the moment they lose their cherry. They're gonna be strung up in hell by hooks fucking for eternity. They didn't keep their virginities for their husbands and slaves for husbands and had 30 boyfriends and fucking fuck the world, and they're all going to hell. So you don't have to be upset with the world, because they're all going to hell. 999 out of every 1,000 people on this earth is going straight to hellfire. And it's just coming to see the theater near you, They can't change the will and the word of God with their technology. It's all over soon. Russia's defending Syria now. Esau is going to come back to Damascus. The Jews are going to be fucking annihilated. And so are all the other armies of the earth. By the black flags from the east. 80 flags against one. It's fucking awesome. And when those 80 countries are destroyed and their armies, and justice will be restored to the whole entire earth. And it'll be Islam that does that. These things are all going to start happening in the next couple of years. These wars. All those blood moons, the eclipses, the constellation of the stars that showed that Jesus was coming back, all the hurricanes and everything, like the birth pains that were getting worse and worse and everything else like that was showing what was coming, all happened exactly as it said it was gonna in the words and all those things, and it all just happened. And we were like right there, like at the point, like, you know, that the doors of repentance are gonna be shut. And then the war's going to start, and they're all going to be annihilated, everyone. And the Jews will be no more. And Palestine will be free. Jerusalem will be restored to Islam. Yeah, Christ be destroyed and killed by Esau, by Jesus. It's a sword. And you'll be telling the Christians he doesn't know who they are, because he's not God. It's pretty sad that they all turned away from everything he taught, and then they followed the teachings of Paul for the last 2,000 years. Straight to hell. And right before he left them, he said that they were in vain. They were all going to worship him and follow the commandments of man and not God, and they did. Because he wasn't God. And Paul told them who he was, and there was three gods, and told him it was like absolution and faith and everything that got you to heaven, not good deeds and repentance like it is. Paul's the Antichrist. All of Christianity was led astray by Paul. Jesus taught the oneness of God just like every other prophet before him. They're all eating pork, they're all doing all those things. Maybe Jesus told them not to do that. But they fight with Muslims who are following out and respect the teachings of Jesus more than they do. Because they don't even follow them. They don't even make the Sabbath on the right day. They make it on pagan holidays and stuff. And the day of Allah is going to be on the Sabbath. It's going to be on a Friday. They're all going to be running around, spending money, sitting, doing all these things, and they're all going to die in that day. Everyone's going to die. They're all going to die in the day of Allah. Everyone. That's out doing something, not at home praying, not praying at the mosque, not praying to God at home or whatever. They don't have to be going to a mosque. They just have to know there's only one God and pray to him. However they want to pray to him. And not be doing things on the Sabbath. That's why, you know, you go like on Fridays and everything, you go to Loblaws, like everything's like that was $5, it's like $1. They want to get you all shopping and straight to hell. You go to church on Sunday and like give them some money, and then you're all forgiven. You told somebody your sins and you got absolution now. Yeah, right, buddy. And then you just continue on doing it, and then come back next Sunday and confess to the little guy in the booth, and then everything's okay now. You can go back to being a fucking idiot for another week. Come back for a few minutes and chant and light incense and worship human beings and dead saints and fucking all these abominations. Giving images, everything. It's all evil. It's all evil. First time I ever walked into a mosque, I realized, like, within minutes of talking to the people there and everything they said was absolutely true and correct in every absolute way. And I knew it for a fact, and it was all perfectly true. I was like, whoa. They just set you like straight on everything right away. You just think brainwashing and riddles and you see it with your own eyes. The minute you start praying with them, the minute you start doing the things they tell you, the minute you start behaving the way and everything, you see everything change in your life. You see everything happen. You see God answer all your prayers, every single one of them that you're asking him with supplication and everything else. You go and you ask them in the mosque for something with supplication, they'll give it to you. You walk in there and ask them for $100 grand, they'll give it to you if you ask them with supplication. You walk to any Christian place, you ask them for anything, go. They'll politely deny you food, they'll politely deny you anything, even if you're like starving and your family's starving or anything. You say to them, they'll just like refer you to like a food bank or something, if you just not want to open or something for a month. They won't help anybody but the people that are rich that go to their parish and give them lots of money. When their mission is supposed to be to help the poor, not make themselves all rich. Poor person goes and asks for anything in a rich church in this city, security guards will ask them to get out. You can sit there and listen and pray and do whatever, but if they ask for anything, if they ask for any food, if they ask for any help, or if they ask for anything, they'll be told to get out. And they'll be given polite, like, condescending answers for why they're not getting help, and they'll treat you like nothing. Tell you to get help somewhere else. They're basically telling you God's not here. You walk into a mosque, even if you're not a believer or anything, doesn't matter what race you are, if you ask them for anything, help, food, anything that you need, they will help you. All of them will. Even the people there, everybody will try to help you in every way they can. Give you anything you need, and they'll come over and give you anything you need. Put clothes on your back, everything. You can take you in a room, they'll clothe you, they'll do everything, anything you need. To try to help you and save you. If you're sick, poor, anything. They'll feed you anything. Even if you go into a convenience store and they're Muslim and you don't have money and you're starving, they'll feed you, they'll help you, they'll do anything for you if you ask. So who's got the moral high ground? See, they might have nukes, but Islam has faith and they have God, and you know, God's gonna beat nukes and greed and Satan and all the filth they're trying to spread over the earth and force everywhere. Do you want to play anything, man? Yeah. I have no fucking one. If you want to play this or play fucking last week's order, I'm gonna fucking beat myself up. Do you want anything to eat or snack? You want Costco, consumers, fucking water, cheese, anything? Are you thirsty, or do you want an ice cream sandwich or a popsicle or a drink or something while you're out there?
Sure.